You wake up, check your phone, scroll through 1,000 lives that aren't yours, and feel that quiet ache again. That whisper that says, something's missing. You don't know what it is, but it's there, like a faint static beneath the noise of your daily routine. You work, you laugh, you survive, but deep down, a part of you wonders, what is all this for? You've been taught how to succeed, how to earn, how to fit in, but never how to live. No one in school ever handed you the blueprint for purpose. No one told you that meaning isn't something you find. It's something you build, brick by brick, through how you choose to face the chaos of existence. Today, we're going to rediscover that ancient blueprint, the one written not in textbooks, but in the minds of philosophers who face the same emptiness and refuse to look away. Part I, the forgotten art of purpose. In the modern world, purpose has become a marketing slogan. We're told to follow our passion, as if life were a prepackaged adventure waiting on a shelf. But the Stoics, thinkers like Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus, would laugh at this idea. To them, purpose wasn't about comfort or happiness, it was about alignment. Seneca once wrote, "Life is long if you know how to use it." Think about that. Not long in years, but in depth. Most people are drowning in distraction, mistaking motion for meaning. We run faster every year, yet we feel emptier than ever. The Stoics understood something we've forgotten, that purpose is born in the tension between what you want and what reality gives you. It's not a feeling, it's a discipline. It's what you build when you stop running from the present moment and start confronting it. Part 2. The lie you've been sold. You were raised to believe that happiness is the goal. Get good grades, get a good job, find love, stay safe. But the pursuit of constant happiness is a quiet form of slavery. Because when you chase happiness, you become dependent on circumstances you can't control. Epictetus, a slave-turned-philosopher, understood this deeply. He taught that you only control two things, your thoughts and your actions. Everything else, success, love, recognition, is external. And to tie your peace to those things is to give your soul away, piece by piece. In his world, the truly free man wasn't the one with wealth or status, but the one who had mastery over himself. So ask yourself, who's in control right now? You or the world's expectations of you? Because the truth is, most people don't live their own lives. They live the life others expect of them and call it destiny. Part 3. The discipline of meaning. Purpose isn't found in grand revelations. It's forged in the quiet moments, the early mornings you get up despite not wanting to, the difficult conversations you don't run from, the small acts of integrity no one will ever see. Nietzsche once said, "He who has a why to live can bear almost any how." But what he didn't say is how hard it is to find that why. It doesn't fall from the sky. It emerges through struggle, through pain that demands transformation. Pain, the Stoics taught, isn't punishment. It's the sculptor of character. Every obstacle you meet is life's invitation to grow, not in comfort, but in courage. When Marcus Aurelius lost his children, he didn't curse the gods. He wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." It sounds impossible until you realize this is how meaning is made, by saying yes to life, even when it breaks you. Part 4. The shadow of the modern world. We live in a world that worships comfort. Everything is designed to make life easier, and yet the easier life becomes, the weaker our spirit grows. We've mistaken convenience for peace. But peace, the Stoics knew, isn't comfort. It's the calm that remains despite the storm. Plato warned of this thousands of years ago, that humans would one day live in shadows, mistaking illusions for truth. Today, those shadows glow from our screens. We live in a digital cave, mesmerized by reflections of meaning instead of the real thing. Real life, the Stoics remind us, begins when you step out of the cave, when you stop numbing your mind with noise, when you look at your reflection and ask, what am I becoming? Because whether you realize it or not, every small choice, every reaction, every thought is shaping your destiny. You are the sum of your inner discipline, not your outer achievements. Part 5. The Philosophy of Resistance. Bonhoeffer, who stood against the tyranny of Nazi Germany, once said, "The ultimate test of a moral society is the kind of world it leaves to its children." He believed that purpose demands resistance, not just against others, but against ourselves, against our fear, our comfort, our apathy. And that's where Stoicism quietly intersects with courage. To live with purpose is to resist the gravity of mediocrity, to say, I will not drift. It's not heroic, it's not glamorous, it's often invisible, 1,000 small moments where you choose principle over pleasure, truth over ease. That's what Stoicism truly teaches, that life's meaning is not something you find, it's something you forge, every day, in silence, through your choices. Part 6. The Fire Within. You were not born to be a spectator. You were born to act, to become a conscious participant in the unfolding of existence. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." And that's the essence of purpose. Stop waiting for clarity. Stop waiting for the perfect plan. Purpose begins where you stand. You don't need to change the world. You need to change how you meet the world. Each day is a chance to prove to yourself that your will is stronger than your fear. Each struggle is an opportunity to practice virtue, patience, courage, humility, discipline. Because in the end, purpose is not about what you get. It's about what you become. Part 8. The Uncomfortable Truth. Here's the truth most people never face. You will die. Maybe not today, maybe not soon, but one day this story ends, and the terrifying question is, will it have meant anything? Memento mori. Remember you must die. The Stoics meditated on death not to become morbid, but to wake up, to realize that every breath is borrowed time, that the moments you waste in distraction are moments you can never reclaim. Death isn't the end, it's the mirror that reflects what's truly valuable. When you remember you're mortal, you start living like your life matters. Part 8. Living by a Code. Purpose isn't a feeling you chase, it's a code you live by, a personal constitution. For the Stoics, that code was virtue, wisdom, justice, courage, and temperance. Imagine what would happen if you lived each day as if your actions echoed through eternity, if you treated others with integrity, not because it's easy, but because it's right. If you faced fear, not because you're fearless, but because you refuse to be ruled by it. That's the Stoic way. Not emotionless, but fearless. Not detached, but deeply engaged with life. Because real purpose doesn't make you feel safe. It makes you alive. Conclusion. The return to yourself. The world taught you how to survive. The Stoics teach you how to live. They remind you that meaning isn't hidden in some distant future. It's forged in the furnace of today. So stop waiting. Stop running from the discomfort that is trying to make you grow. You don't need to know your entire path. You only need to take the next step. With intention, with integrity, with courage. Because that's how you build a purpose that no one can take from you. A purpose that doesn't fade when life breaks you, but burns brighter because of it. You've been asleep for too long. It's time to wake up. And remember, the purpose of life is not to escape suffering, but to rise above it, transformed. That's the lesson they never taught you in school.